There are forces that shape the world, forces we never see, never elect, and rarely even suspect. They don't hold press conferences or run for office. They don't post their triumphs on social media. Yet somehow decisions made in their quiet gatherings ripple across economies, governments, and even wars. While most people argue about politics or trends, these unseen architects of power quietly draw the outlines of history itself. What if the real story of influence isn't told on news channels or revealed in leaked documents, but whispered behind the closed doors of societies that refuse to show their true face? The real question isn't who they are. It's why we're not supposed to know. Throughout history, humanity has always been obsessed with secrecy. The allure of the hidden, the forbidden, the unknown, it has drawn kings and commoners alike. But what if those ancient traditions of secrecy never really disappeared? What if they simply evolved? Today, many of the most powerful organizations in the world still operate in the shadows, cloaked under respectability, masked as think tanks, forums, or clubs. Behind these sophisticated labels lies something more elusive, networks of power so intricate that even those within them may not fully grasp their own role. They gather under candlelight or in lavish halls, not for ceremony, but for coordination. Each meeting, each conversation, subtly steering the global narrative. Names like the Bilderberg Group, the Bohemian Club, and the Cercle are often whispered as myths or conspiracy theories. Yet these names appear again and again in the background of major historical moments. Founders of nations, corporate magnates, and media giants have all passed through their doors. Their gatherings are not open to journalists. Notes are not taken. Phones are not allowed. And still, somehow, what happens in those rooms seems to echo in the real world weeks or months later, when global decisions mysteriously align. But here's the paradox. The most powerful secret society is likely one we've never even heard of. Because true power doesn't flaunt itself, it hides. Its strength lies in silence. Its influence thrives on invisibility. Imagine a hand that never signs its name, yet moves markets. A whisper that never reaches the public, yet shifts policy. That is the essence of true secrecy, not deception for greed, but control through subtlety. The leaders of these circles understand something fundamental about human psychology. People believe what they are told. And if belief can be shaped, then truth itself can be rewritten. Throughout centuries, humanity has been driven by belief. We believe in gods, in governments, in systems that promise safety and order. But belief can be dangerous when manipulated. History is a grim teacher of this lesson. A small group of men once convinced an entire nation that their suffering had a single cause, and the world witnessed one of its darkest chapters. Ideology turned into weaponry. Faith transformed into fanaticism. It's chilling to think that such immense destruction began not with armies, but with ideas. And that's precisely what makes secret societies so unsettling. They understand how ideas move through societies, how they spread, how they evolve, and how they can be weaponized. Control the flow of information, and you control the rhythm of the world. But here's where things get more complex. Not every secret organization is sinister. Some genuinely seek balance, order, and continuity in a chaotic world. For every manipulative cabal, there may be others who believe they are protecting humanity from itself. That's the eternal tension of secrecy. Is it the veil of evil or the shield of stability? Even now there are groups, some born from old European circles, others from modern alliances, who meet quietly under the guise of policy discussion. They include billionaires, generals, and innovators. People who have the power to influence elections, economies, and ideologies. Their motives may differ, but their methods remain the same: silence, loyalty, and an oath to something greater than the public eye. What's most disturbing, perhaps, is not their existence, but their effectiveness. Every movement that thrives in secrecy does so because it understands one rule: if people don't know you exist, they can't stop you. That's the brilliance and danger of invisible power. It doesn't have to hide behind violence or laws. It hides behind indifference. And maybe that's why secrecy feels both terrifying and comforting. Part of us wants to believe someone is in control, that chaos is merely an illusion, that every global event has a guiding hand behind it. Because the alternative, the idea that no one is steering the ship, is far more frightening. Yet every time humans have trusted an unseen hand, history has repeated the same mistake. From ancient empires to modern nations, secrecy has always bred corruption. The idea of a utopia, of one perfect order, has often been the mask behind which tyranny hides. Still, the temptation endures. The dream of control, of understanding everything, is irresistible. So, these societies endure as well, each generation birthing its own circle of hidden architects. They might change names, adopt new ideologies, or disguise their motives under modern labels. But their essence remains: to preserve power by keeping truth fragmented. Perhaps the greatest illusion is that we, the public, live in an age of transparency. With satellites, cameras, and open data, it feels as though nothing is truly hidden anymore. Yet the more visible the world becomes, the easier it is to conceal things in plain sight. The flood of information has created not clarity, but noise. And in the noise, the truth disappears. Maybe that's the true genius of modern secrecy. It no longer needs shadows. It thrives in daylight. It wears suits, attends conferences, posts motivational quotes online, and speaks of progress. It looks nothing like the villains we imagine. And that's why it works. As technology evolves, so does secrecy. Artificial intelligence, surveillance systems, financial algorithms, all these tools create a new kind of invisible influence. Those who understand how to control data control perception. And perception, in today's world, is everything. The wars of the future won't be fought with weapons, but with information. And perhaps the ones who win won't even need to be seen. Every age has its myths: the Illuminati, the Templars, the Freemasons. But maybe those names are distractions. Maybe they are decoys, designed to keep us looking backward while the real powers operate right under our noses. The most powerful organizations don't have symbols or rituals anymore. They have networks, code, and access. They don't need to swear loyalty to an order. They simply align interests, control narratives, and move quietly through systems we can't see. And so the question remains, not who rules the world, but why don't we notice who does? The truth might not be locked away in some underground chamber or encrypted in secret archives. It might be hidden in the open, in boardrooms, private chats, or quiet agreements between those who already have everything. In the end, secrecy may not be the enemy. It's a mirror reflecting our fear of chaos. We crave order so much that we welcome the idea of hidden guidance, even if it means surrendering transparency. That's the delicate dance between power and belief, between what we know and what we choose to accept. So the next time a decision shifts global markets overnight, or a narrative changes in every major headline simultaneously, ask yourself not what happened, but who wanted it to happen. Because somewhere, in a quiet room where no cameras are allowed, a few voices may already know the answer. And they'll never tell you.